point of view brewski. Sweet. People, back for another garage update video. So this one we are going to be installing 2 of these Harbor Freight 48-inch LED strip lights, or like a shop light, up here above the workbench. The main reason I'm doing this is the existing lights in the garage here. You see I have 4 different locations. I'll try to aim this up. So 4 different locations, and I installed some of these LED fixtures in there back when we first got the house, and honestly they've done great. They light up the garage as well as it really needed to be in terms of just the general space. The problem is if I'm standing here near the workbench, all that light's coming from behind me, so anything that's being done on the workbench, unless it's daytime like it is right now, it gets shadowed and it kind of gets harder to see things. So the main idea here is we're going to have light directly above so we can come down. We're not going to have to worry about any of the shadowing. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run lighting from each of these sides of the garage. So I have a switch that operates the left side and the right side. I'm going to run a wire from each of those to a new outlet up here above the left side of the workbench and the right side of the workbench. The idea behind that being that if I ever want to go with some lighting on the shelves or something like that, I can just plug into there and not have to run some hard wire to get that done. And then it's just pretty simple. I just screw those up there and get the wire run to them, just plug the lights in and hang them, and I can do whatever from there in the future. But for now, that's probably the best way to get some light up here. So really quick, I'm just going to go through what I got for this. Basically, I just went ahead and got everything new. I didn't really want to mess around with some of my leftover stuff. So I pretty much spent 40 bucks on 50 feet of 12-2 wire from Lowe's. I got some extra wire nuts. These are about $3 a pack. You're getting 25 each, so plenty there. Some electrical tape because Eric took mine with him to North Carolina when he moved. I got these nifty little boxes because I can just put them up on the stud, and then I can, if I ever finish the ceiling, I can go ahead and use a screw here to move this in and out to deal with some of the depth there. So they just screw directly in, really easy. I think those were about $4 bucks each, so that's like $8. Got 2 of these suckers, simple plate. They're like 80 cents, I think, so $1.60 for each of these. And then just basic standard outlets. I think these were about $1.20 each. And then I just got another wire stripper here. This one's a little bit easier to work with for some smaller stuff. It's got a sharper blade set and works a little bit easier than one I set that's like more out for like vehicle wiring and stuff like that with some smaller gauge stuff. So that all in all, I mean, pretty much you're talking, just my Lowe's trip was probably about 40, 46, 48, 52, 53, probably around 55 bucks to do all this. This is, just basically most of that's in the wire, and the reason I got 50 feet of it is I'm planning on doing some stuff in the house, so I just wanted some extra stuff for that. So obviously your application or whatever you're using this for is going to be a little different. I mean, you can buy like 10-foot sections of wire, which is pretty cheap at that point. The other thing is you're going to need 2, or at least I'm going to need 2 of these. So pick these up at Harbor Freight. They're like 34 bucks, but they always run a 20% off coupon, so you get those a little bit cheaper. I got 2 of these. I was originally going to go with 1, but I just don't. I think since I have a 9-foot workbench, it's just going to be better to have the full lighting above it. So 2 of those. So all in all, you figure 30 bucks, 60 for these total for both of these. And then, you're probably in this $100, $120 for what I'm doing exactly. So, give or take whatever application you're going to have, you're going to be looking at 120, somewhere from there. But not too bad. But yeah, either way, so let's get started on this. Going to go ahead and measure out the lengths of wire that I need, and I'm going to go pre-cut the wire and pre-set it up with the outlet and everything inside the box. And then I'm going to go ahead and drill my holes just so I can basically feed the wire up through and pull the outlet up with it. And that way I don't have to mess around with doing any of the wiring except for the existing light sockets and everything where I have to hook into the power. But otherwise, should be a pretty simple process, and hopefully nothing comes up. 4 feet of wire here from the existing light over. And then I know I'm going to want to run directly across here. Should be another 3 feet. So I'll probably cut 7.5 feet to be able to have enough to come through and up over on this side. That way I know I've got enough there. So that's pretty simple. That right there should be plenty for the first one. So that's going to be mounted that way, well, this way here. So I'll go ahead and punch out this backside on this one. I think I'll bring it through the wall and kind of down in like that. All right, so this is going to be the hot side. That's going to come from the black wire. Just want to go ahead and strip the black wire and loop it around here. It's pretty simple. They have a strip gauge here. It's pretty easy to use. So you just kind of go ahead and slide that through. You sort of get your distance there. And then you do your best to kind of mark it off with a fingernail or something. So you just take this hole here and you can kind of isolate this one. Stick it through the hole and then just basically take it, get enough on there to turn it. Go ahead and twist it. Gotta go from the other direction. There you go. Get yourself a little hook there. On all the other terminals here. Base on it. But as far back as I want to push that. The nice part about this one, like I said, is you can adjust, once you take this plate off, you can adjust the depth. So I think it's good where it is right now, but yeah, it's something that will help in the future. I'm not going to really worry about tying it in this way because I don't expect to torque on this that much. And the wire's kind of already doing its own thing up here as far as keeping it tight. So yeah, we'll go ahead, shut the breaker off, get moved over there. Actually, I'll probably get the other one set up and then go ahead and do that. So now I got the wire run. It's time to kill everything in here. So I can pop the lights out of the existing sockets and get in there and wire everything together. So I'll go ahead and get the breaker shut off, and should be pretty simple from there, just a little harder to see. Here. Cool. Dang. Nice jacket there. Hi. How's it going? All right, so I think now, before I go ahead and do the next one here, I'm just going to go ahead and get the lights mounted up and just make sure everything's kind of where I want it to be. That way I know when I go ahead and hit the switch, I can just instantly test if they're working and nothing weird's happening. And if it is, I'm going to know not to do the same thing for that one there. So probably the best idea. So I'm going to go ahead and get this other one mounted. I'll just end up getting on the bench here. Like I said, we'll see how this looks. Alright. Try to take out a window. That's way too low. 14. So I'm gonna go flip the switch, turn the breaker back on, make sure everything works as intended, and hopefully we'll have light. All right. Boom. Cool. All right, cool. I like it. Looks like that's gonna do what it needs to do. There's our light. Here's our no light. I like it. That'll look good. Go ahead and get the other one wired, switch everything off, and come out here at night. Okay, let's see. That is what we're talking about right there. That's the kind of light I'm looking for. I think we'll come out here later tonight when it's really dark and just see what it looks like. I left the switches on so I can obviously turn them on and off. Take a look at what it looks like before with just the existing lights to now with all the new lighting I have here above the bench. But it already looks good. So either way, I'm gonna get stuff cleaned up, have dinner, come out here in the evening, and so we're back out here. Nice and dark out. And we'll just take a look at how these look right now. So tons of light. I mean, can't really complain about that at all. So, yeah, I can see everything I'm doing here. Still a little bit of shadow from that direction, but there's like nothing you can't see on the workbench. I'm just gonna bring that out like this. So, definitely does a good job. Go ahead and switch these off real quick just to show you kind of the difference. You can like already tell there. So that's the difference with one side off, one side on. Let's go back here so we can see better. So that's a pretty clear difference. I mean, with both off, like I said, it's pretty dark. Pretty dark. So you have that. Really not much. I mean, like this is where the shadows kind of come into play. Everything you're working on sort of is the light's coming from behind you. And you kind of get this shading over it, especially if you're working in the center area here. Everything kind of ends up over top of itself. But, turn this on, boom, you know. And then you get this one on here. Boom. Cannot beat that. That is exactly what we were looking for. But anyways, that's going to conclude this one. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the likes, and thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.